01. Man dropped from slime. Durin. I heard a light, joyful sound effect. It sounded like some kind of game sound effect, I thought to myself in my rapidly growing lightheadedness. My head is getting clearer, but I don't want to open my eyes. It's similar to the feeling I get when I fall asleep a second time and don't want to get out of the futon. Sunsen, Munimuni. Someone pecked me on the cheek. Tiny, soft fingertips, like the fingers of a child or a woman. Are you a human? But it's a drop. And it's human-shaped meat, so I'm going to try to process it. Wait a minute. The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you have a good understanding of what you are doing and how to do it. There was a girl in front of me who was looking at me with a strange look on her face. A tiny girl squatting in front of me. She was about 130 centimeters tall, with slender arms and legs, and looked light enough that I could probably pick her up with one hand. And yet there is a large hammer-like weapon beside her. This one is clearly taller than I am, maybe 2 meters or more. His expression looks young, but there is something mature about him, and the imbalance is fascinating. I was surprised. Was he really a human being? It's a human being for all intents and purposes. How did a human drop from slime? What, slime? Drop? I thought, what the hell is this? The little girl in front of me said the game term as if it were a matter of course. And the subject was me. She used the game-like expression, I dropped from the slime. Could it be that? Are you the kind of person who can't tell the difference between a game and real life? That's because real life is a fucking game in a way, a real death game, but it's still real. Yes, you were dropped from the slime. Oh, not quite. I was dropped from a rare slime broth. Are you sure you're not nuts? Why are you looking at me like I'm some poor guy? That's because people who talk about slime and drops in real life really don't know? What do you mean? He looked at me straight in the eyes and asked me with a sense of trepidation. What does that mean? I'm the one who's wrong and the poor guy is me too. Ha ha ha, that's ridiculous. No, right? What do you really mean? Well, I've just come to the right place. I'm just watching. The girl lifted the 2-meter hammer. I wondered if it might actually be a piece of papier-mâché and lightweight, but I soon found out that I was wrong. This was the first time I looked at the place where I was. It was a dimly lit space surrounded by bricks, with the walls glowing dimly in places. At a glance, it looked like an underground passage somewhere. A round object appeared from a corner of the passage. It was about the size of a seat cushion, and its color was greenish transparent. It was about the size of a seat cushion, greenish clear in color, and it was moving, changing its shape as it went. Slime? It was round, irregularly shaped, translucent jelly-like, and moved like a living thing on its own. It looked just like the slime you often see in video games. Why slime? Is this a haunted house in some leisure land? While I was thinking that, the slime suddenly flew away. Like a super ball, it bounced around on the floor, walls, and ceiling, and jumped on the girl. Look out! I shouted, but the girl did not move. The slime hit the girl from the side, and she staggered. Even from the side, it was quite a shock, about the size and impact of a soccer ball hitting an elementary school girl with all your might. The girl staggered, but stayed her ground. I thought, that's a weapon, isn't it? You're not going to fight back. It's okay. The slime flew around some more, this time plunging headfirst into the girl. It's okay. The girl waited for it and swung her hammer down. Boom. She slammed the hammer down with such force that the ground shook, it hit the slime just right. Lifting the hammer, the slime was crushed and became sad like a pudding dropped on the ground. After being crushed, the slime gradually fades and disappears. Then, after it was completely gone, a bean sprout appeared. Why sprouts? The slime drop on the first basement floor of Teruru is bean sprouts. It's common sense, you know? No, that's not common knowledge. What is the meaning of this? What the hell does this mean? When a slime was defeated in the underground passage, bean sprouts were dropped. I was confused. I was so confused that I wanted to post on Twitter or something. I'm in a poll mood. Are you settled down? Oh, thank you for, the bean sprout soup is delicious. I thanked her for making a fire on the spot and serving me a bowl of soup with a pinch of sprouts I dropped in. What's your name? My name is Emily Brown. My name is Ryota Sato. Nice to meet you anyway. Hello, Yoda? I don't have a toll-free name like that. Sato Ryota. I slowed down my pronunciation and said my name again. I'm sorry, this is the first time I've heard this type of name. He said, hey, aren't we in Japan? Japan? Earth, right? Chikyu? ... Something is wrong. Alarms are ringing loudly in my head. We're not talking to each other, we're fatally mismatched. Combined with the bean sprouts being dropped from the slime, it's starting to feel deadly bad. Single quote ... Single quote ... This sprout is the one that was dropped from that slime? That's right. Is this how sprouts are made? I don't mean sprouts, but all of them, you know? Everything? Everything in this world is dropped from monsters in dungeons. You don't know that, do you? Emily is embarrassed. Everything? Yes, sir. How far is everything? Every is every. Emily looks even more puzzled. This is the reaction I get when I'm asked too many basic common sense questions and don't know where to start. This is what I often do when I have to explain something to a client who doesn't know what they're talking about. I know that if I don't do this, I'll just embarrass them, so I decided to offer a helping hand. Not just sprouts, but vegetables too. Yes. And meat? Cows, pigs, lambs? Yes. Metals? And jewelry. It seems that the rare monsters on the bottom floor of Teruru sometimes drop pearls. It's a vegetable dungeon. You don't mean air and water, do you? Is that so? Emily tilted her head in puzzlement. Then the slime appeared again. Emily stood up with a hammer and confronted the slime. After withstanding the same blow as before, she crushed the slime with a thud. This time, no sprouts appeared. Instead, the slime's corpse disappeared with a sizzling sound. She came back to me with a look of accomplishment on her face. It's like this, she said. What do you mean, like this? It used to be that the drop had a certain amount of outliers, but recent research has shown that even the outliers are either air or water. So, let's see. Emily chose her words carefully, but said it as if it were a matter of course. Everything in this world gets dropped in dungeons, right? I stuck around behind Emily for a while. In the meantime, I'm trying to clear my confused head. My name is Ryota Sato, and I believe I've been unemployed since today. The reason I say, from today, is because after I got out of the hospital for the first time after collapsing from overwork, I was suddenly told that I was fired. What is important is that this is a place where my common sense doesn't apply at all. Or should I say, a place. World? From the information I pulled out of Emily, this world has dungeons here and there, and everything is obtained by defeating monsters that inhabit the dungeons and dropping them. Then what about farming and fishing and things like that? I asked. He said, this is agriculture, you know? I was told, with a face that was perfectly natural. In other words, killing slimes, dropping bean sprouts, and producing them is farming in this world. What does really mean? I don't know, even though I think about it, it seems as if my head starts to hurt. I don't know, so I stop thinking for now. Suddenly, I realized something. Emily seems to have been defeating only slimes since a while ago, but doesn't she ever defeat others? There are only slimes on the first basement floor of the tellurium. If the first basement floor is there, then there must be a second basement floor, right? You're not going to go there? That hammer could take down another monster. I'm weak. Emily smiled unconcernedly. You don't look very good, though. I'm a coward. If the enemy is even a little stronger than I am, I can't hit them and I almost get killed. Oh, you mean he has power, but not speed. Emily nodded. That's the type of person you are, that's sad. But the sprouts are delicious, and they fill you up. Sometimes, if the drop is good, I can sell the surplus and make some money. Can't you get stronger? If you raise your level 2 more, you might be able to get to the second basement. Is there a level? There is a level. Oh, I just found it, here it is. Emily stopped and turned to the side. There was a bulletin board-like thing on the wall of the underground passage. What is it? It's called the Now board. It's called. When she put her hand on it, a large number of letters appeared on what looked like a bulletin board. 1/2. Level. 3/40. HPB. MPF. Strength C. Strength E. Intelligence F. Spirit F. Speed F. Dexterity F. Luck E. Dash 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 dash. What is this? It's my status. It's really like a game. I looked at it as I mumbled. Sounds like a typical power-type character, Emily. You can check your status like this. Tellurium is a pretty important place as a dungeon, so they put this kind of thing on it and you can check it anytime even in the dungeon. This is great, you know? If you do it in town, it costs 100 piros a time. It's kind of a free public service kind of thing. I noticed the 1/2 at the top of my status. I was like, does this mean it's page 1? Is there a second page? Yes. Emily operated the bulletin board, or Now board, as she called it. The page switches. 2/2. Plants E. Animal F. Minerals F. Magic F. Traits F. Dash 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 dash. This is my drop status. Drop status. What happens if this is high? When it's high, it's easier to drop and the amount increases. I have the highest plant status, so I stay in this tellurium all the time. I see. Emily said the plants are high, but they are by no means the highest. One of the 5 is an E, and the others are all Fs. I don't see how it's better than the others. It looks to me like it's better than the others. Would you like to try it, Yoda? It's Ryota. Can I touch it? Yes, sir. After Emily's hand was removed, I touched the Now board in the same way. Then I got the same status. 1/2. Level. 1/1. HPF. MPF. Strength F. Strength F. Intelligence F. Spirit F. Speed F. Dexterity F. Luck F. Dash 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 dash. Hey. What the hell is this? Mr. Yoda, your ability is low. This is hopelessly low. And the level this means. Maximum is 1 and it won't go up? That's what it means. Oh, come on. Isn't it terrible? I was stupid to expect it to be like this after all. The drop is sad, too. I sighed, and Emily reached out from beside me and operated the Now board. Oh well, the drop is low too. ... I'm not good at all. I'm not getting any better, I'm not getting any higher, I'm not getting any better, I'm not getting any better. Let's see, A B C D E F. Emily counts on her fingers, is it that low? Q, and R, and S, right here. It's very low. What? My brain put a weight on it. What's wrong with your story? I looked up from my slumped face and looked at the Now board. 2/2. Plants S. Animal S. Mineral S. Magic S. Traits S. The second page was a complete disaster.